Capricorns, hi, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card in the first part of the reading. So if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. Let's find out what you Capricorns can expect to come up in your lives, and any advice would be so appreciated from the universe, please, for our Capricorns. What can you expect? Capricorns, please. And the advice. Okay, so I put these cards down in the same order that they come out of the deck. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. You can take from it what you will. You can check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self. Or you can get a private reading from somebody that you trust. There you are. That's your card. It's not your energy. Okay, so we have some cards left for the second part of the reading. I have the Seven of Wands surrounding your entire reading. Well, you're blocking something. You might be blocking some communication. Wands a lot of times coming up here like this could be communication. You could have blocked somebody on social media. You could be blocking what friends and family are trying to give you advice. And you're like, no, I'm going to do this my way. I need to read further. But this is what we're talking about. The Seven of Wands is the overall energy of your reading this time, Capricorn. Also, up in your highest energy is the Chariot. This is the card for Cancer. So Cancer might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But this is about moving forward. It's like if you snap those reins, those sphinxes here, they can get up and they can book. So you want to move forward, and you are going to move forward, but maybe you're blocking moving forward when you look at this. But you might be blocking some communication so that you can move forward. So let's just keep on reading. I have the Six of Pentacles next to the Chariot and right above the Seven of Wands. This is the card for breadcrumbing. It throws your scales off balance. It feels like maybe it was a relationship where you were feeding everything into the relationship and not getting much back. Really lopsided. It's an energy that most people do want to get away from. And it looks like you might be wanting to get away from that. And whoever has this breadcrumbing energy might be what you're blocking. You're blocking this breadcrumbing energy. I have the Four of Cups next to the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like they try to come back in too, that they want to keep you in their life. You're not reaching for the cup though. Look at that. Either that or you're saying, hey, I need time to think about this. You want to come back in? I don't know. I know you know that you want to move forward, but is it going to be with them? I don't know. Let's keep reading. I have the High Priestess under the Chariot. This is the card in the tarot deck for intuition and knowing. So what it says is pull back that pomegranate curtain and pay attention to your instincts. Pay attention to your psychic abilities because they run strong right now. Your intuition can guide you. You already have a lot of the answers that you need about whether or not to accept that cup that's trying to come in. So really pay attention to what yourself is telling you. Because we definitely know that you want to move forward. I have the Three of Pentacles next to the Seven of Wands and right under the Four of Cups. This is not seeing eye to eye. It's a black card. It's about pentacles, security, stability, groundedness. I don't think that this other person, and I do think you're blocking them or going to be blocking them, I don't think you see eye to eye on how to move forward in a relationship. There might be a third energy, like three's a crowd, somebody who's interfering in this relationship. Regardless, you're not seeing eye to eye on how to move forward. I have the Ten of Swords right below the High Priestess. So the end of the pain, the end of the suffering through truth and through clarity. Now you have a lot of that truth and clarity within you right now. You can answer a whole lot of questions already. So, but the end of all that, torturous thoughts, what you have to go through to get to the point of making a change, that's coming to an end. It's right next to the Devil. Now here we have another card with three people. There might have been a third party associated, or a third energy, like an addiction or something like that. This is your card, Capricorn, and it's only because of the horns, okay? That's it. But the energy here is bondage. It's like being tied to someone who is tied to someone or something else, which creates a toxic environment for this relationship. You're blocking it. You're blocking this toxic energy. You're blocking the breadcrumbing. It stands out that the Devil is waving goodbye, and you are definitely wanting to let this go. I have the Empress next to the Devil and under the Three of Pentacles. This is your energy. So, Capricorn, this can be Libra or Taurus. That might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But the energy here is you're a beautiful person. You deserve good things. You deserve the best. You're loving, you're kind, you're thoughtful, you're respectful, you're giving and forgiving and generous, and I can go on and on. If you're a parent, you're a very good parent. This card can signify a pregnancy. I just want to throw that out there. But whoever you move forward with, they must have a lot of these same qualities, or it will not work. Do they? Does this other person have a lot of these qualities? From what I see, not really. So, the Empress falls right between the Devil and the Three of Pentacles, and this is why you're having all these arguments. It doesn't work out if they don't have a lot of the same qualities. Let's see where this goes. There's the Nine of Swords. That's being in your head about this whole thing, about them wanting to come back in. Like, what do? Because your heart is probably involved. Oh, my goodness. Let's take out the last three cards for this reading. Capricorns, please. What else do they need to know? Okay. Oh, we got 4 cards, so we got an extra. Okay. So we have the Nine of Swords here, right next to the Four of Cups. Yeah, it looks like they want to stay in your life, and they might be making promises that you really feel like they're not going to be able to keep. Okay. These thoughts of truth and clarity, you have them already. They come through your mind in your quiet times, maybe before you go to sleep at night. Whenever you give them a chance, these swords come through, and they can be torturous over and over. I have the Justice card next to the Nine of Swords. This is the card for Libra. Libra might be strong in your chart or in someone else's around this reading. But this is all about self-justice. This is getting your scales rebalanced, having your sword up. So you are looking out for yourself. You don't really want to go backwards. I can see that right here. I don't think you want to do a repeat. I think you really want to move forward from this energy. And so you're sticking up for yourself, self-justice, getting rebalanced, keeping that sword up to protect yourself. I have the Two of Wands right next to the Justice card. So there you are, holding a wand of fresh starts and new beginnings, and also holding the world. That's a new life cycle. But you're standing there on your own, and you're contemplating, like, what is it going to look like? What is it going to feel like? Is there somebody else out there for me? So you do have some questions, and you're kind of seeking your path forward here towards your new life cycle with your sword up and staying balanced. I have the Two of Pentacles under the Nine of Swords and next to the Three of Pentacles. A lot of confusion here, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and confusion about whether this person really can be committed, whether they're really available and they really can do what they are offering to do. I just don't think you believe it. And I don't know that you should believe it after looking at these cards. I do have the Queen of Pentacles next to the Two of Pentacles, and under the Justice card, you becoming rebalanced. You know this is what you want. You want a solid, secure, and stable relationship. All the kings and queens are very mature-minded. All the kings and queens are male or female too. I want to point that out. But you're looking at that pentacle very intensely. This is the second largest one in the deck. So you really want it. You want to stay balanced. You are tired, I think, of this roller coaster ride, kind of like high hopes, low hopes, high hopes, low hopes. And there's been bickering. And you're just not seeing eye to eye. And I think you're really going to let this relationship go. Right next to the Queen of Pentacles and under the Two of Wands, which you're ready for that new life cycle. And you're thinking about what it might look like, what's out there for you. And you're looking at the pentacle for availability, commitment, security, stability. This is the card in the tarot deck for commitment, security, and stability. It's a very spiritual card. It can be about marriage. This is what you're looking for, I think, is someone you can marry someday. And this is the card for Taurus. So I want to put that out there. Taurus might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. The Hierophant. And then under the Two of Pentacles, I have the Ten of Wands, which is next to the Empress. The heavy burden, all that confusion, all those highs, all those lows. It's a heavy burden being you and them not having a lot of those same qualities. But what's nice about the Ten of Wands is there's no 11. So then you start to put down the wands. You start to drop them one by one or all at once. And then you're moving forward. I do have the Death card. I started with the Chariot card. This is the card for Scorpio. Scorpio might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But this is the end of the old, the beginning of the new. This is a card of transformation. I think you're actually going through a transformation as far as, because you're in this place of self-justice where you're kind of looking out for yourself now. Your sword is up and you're really aware of what's being presented to you. And I think you're figuring out what it is that you want. And this is where you want to move towards. And you actually are moving towards the Four of Wands. That's a soulmate card. Very, very strong energy. 11, union between two people. There's a lot of love and there's a lot of joy associated with this card. There's celebration. This can be a card of marriage, and it's right under another card of marriage. So I feel like in making these choices that you're making are probably the best choices for you in moving forward. I have the Three of Cups here. I think you're going to have some joyful holidays. I think you're going to be able to enjoy yourself. I think with this other energy, you wouldn't have enjoyed yourself. I think now you will be able to. There are celebrations taking place, gatherings with people that you really love and care about. This person, this soulmate coming in also might be someone you've known from the past. Not to say that you were lovers, but you might have known them from the past somehow. Might bump into them or reconnect at a gathering someplace. So I would keep an eye out for that. But Capricorns, it looks like you have this decision that you're making, if this is your reading. And it looks like the right decision, so that you can move forward. I really feel like you're giving up on a relationship that is going nowhere. Matter of fact, it more feels like it's dragging you down than going nowhere at all. Oh, that one that just came out on its own, we're going to read that one. Let's see what it is. It's card number 1, and it says, manifest your dreams. I'm going to read it to you. Angel card. You're ready to go. There's no need for additional preparation. Take the first steps towards the changes you desire, even if they're small steps. Notice signs that guide you in the right direction, as well as resources and support that miraculously appear. Wow. Like I said, before, if this is your reading, you're making the right decision in moving forward so that you can enjoy your life and get what you desire from life. I'm taking out a universe card. These are helpful for some people. I like to do that once a month, so at the beginning of the month. And I also, in personal readings, will pull a universe card. Okay, pull you out your card for Capricorns. What do you need to know? Capricorns. It's card 7, if that means anything. I attract the essence of thoughts. Look at it's like this house, all these thoughts are going out there to the universe. Look at that. I'm going to read it to you. The law of attraction and its magnetic power reaches out into the universe and attracts other thoughts that are vibrationally like it and brings that to you. And so you are getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether it is something you want or something you do not want. So keep thinking about what you want. Anytime you catch yourself thinking about what you don't want, switch your thoughts around to what you want, so that will be what you attract. Wow, that's a good card. Good advice. So Capricorns, thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.